Anybody know how to turn this down? I'll just hold it for a Oh, good. I miss my little Bluetooth technology. I hate it when I get to the pool and I forgot it. I actually say, I'll come back, just wait here. I go home and get it because I can't coach without it. All right, let's start with kicking. We're going to get you, first of all, kick in hyperstreamline. Don't kick in anything. And some of you will get into a better hyperstreamline than others, but just keep working on that shoulder. And one of the first things we do in our stretch routines, we lay on our backs and get in hyperstreamline, point our toes, and just like stretch every spine, all of the sets in our spine, stretch them out, and do that for 2 minutes, just holding that position. And I advise you do that on the ground before you even get in the water. Remember Bo said do some dry land before you get in the water? I always do that. I stretch my hamstrings, I stretch my quads, I stretch my lower back, and I get in that hyperstreamline because it takes me like a minute and a half to actually get there. You know, but you can, and like he said, once you're there and you're in the water and you keep doing it, and you retain it better. So we're going to kick. Make sure your fingers are together when you hyperstreamline. If your thumb is sticking out, big problem. Your fingers are separated, big problem. So you got to think about lean and mean and fast. So we're going to go on our side. If you have fins, put them on. Those that have fins, you're at a distinct advantage. But I like to train fly with fins.
We're going for the same angle.
You'll do it better. You'll feel stronger. You actually start to think you're a real swimmer again. And it's a good thing. All right, so we're going to go 2 25s on your side, 5 seconds apart. What I want you to think about is I'm not going to let go of the water. It's an odd thought that I'm trying to forget. How many people that up kick? And I have several drills for up kick, one of which is vertical kicking, which you all hate. Because it's really hard. It's hard because you can't let go. If you want to breathe, you got to kick in both directions. Vertical kick. Well, it's not deep enough here, so we're not going to do that. But I'm going to have you kick on your side. I want you to think about, okay, I'm not going to let go of the water. I'm going to think like a fish here. Fish, push one direction, the other, and I'm going to reverse directions as quick as I can. So the question then is, how much should I undulate? There's a good way to measure undulation, not by looking at your hip, but by looking at your hands in front of your head. Once you're in hyperstreamline, you're in locked-in position. Okay, so I'm in that position. I'm going to move my whole upper body. There are a lot of coaches who tell their swimmers, don't move your hands. Let them stay still out front. Bad mistake. If you do that, you're kicking like this. You can't undulate your hip and not move your hands. So the hands should move, but how much? Well, if you're moving them 10 to 12 inches, you're over-articulating, flexing the hip. Too much. If you move them 2 inches or 0, you're under-articulating. Like a fish that's rigid, and you can't kick fast that way either. So there's a right amount of hip motion, and that's by how much your hands are moving. I can easily tell when you're on your side coming toward me whether you're over or under undulating your hips, and I look for the right amount, which is about 4 to 6 inches. You should feel the water on the back of your hand from the up kick. As you're up kicking, if you're up kicking correctly, you actually feel pressure of the water on the back of your hand. We're going to do 2 25s on your side. You don't. Oxygen, who needs it? You know? So you stay on your side as long as you can. When you need a breath, come up and go back down for another crack at it. If you have fins, usually you can make the whole 25. Without them, probably not. But just go as far as you can underwater. Stay on your side. Think about not letting go of the water, and think about having your hands locked in. Don't let your arms move, by the way. Lock them in behind. Chin is touching your chest. Everybody show me hyperstreamline. Get your chin on your chest. All the way down. Elbows behind your head. Chin on chest.
This is cool.
There. Squeeze the elbows. Feel like they're behind your ears. Behind your head. All right, not bad. Thumb in. Chin has to be on your chest. Touch it. Okay? And if your chin, if you feel like you're looking down, then arch your back a little bit more. There you go, that's it. All right, let's try it. Let's go 25 underwater as long as you can on your side. Feel the hands moving. Lock them in. Once they're in that position, they don't move. Lock them in. And let's see 4 to 6 inches of motion side to side. And with your feet, feel like, gosh, I'm not going to let go. I'm going to keep pressure on the water in those directions, all right? total. That's not very far, by the way. That's about like that.
Is there any value in over-undulating to work on the getting both sides, or should it always just be at this speed?
Well, if you over-undulate, you're going to find you probably increase your ability to upkick, but if your overall speed is going to be slower.
Yeah, that's
So to practice it, I guess you're okay. So what do you do to improve your upkick? Well, one is to put pins on so you can feel the upkick. You got more surface to work with, and it tends to keep you pointing your toes. If you drop your fin down, you like throw 3 brakes on. So you tend to point your toes better with fins. You have more surface area pulling on. The other thing is kick on your back. When you're kicking on your back, dolphin kick, you have a tremendous vortex. The strong kick is now this way, and you got to learn to press down at the bottom of your foot or the fin against that vortex, and you feel yourself really going fast. Ryan Lochte kicks like 22.6 or 7 on his back, underwater dolphin kick, no fins, meters, long course. That's like world-class freestyle time, right?
Huh?
But he does it because he doesn't lose his velocity. He's got this tremendous power of pushing down, and he uses that. So you have to learn to utilize that. You can do it on the way up, but because gravity is now you're working against gravity, and it's the weak side, it's much harder to pull it up stronger. You're on your back, and you've got gravity helping you, and you've got a big vortex. You just push down against that. You really go fast. So that's another way. And you know, the upkick is something you just have to think about. You have to think about, what am I doing with those legs after the down kick? Am I drawing them up, or am I just letting them float up? Most people just let them float. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on, because if I know, I'm not going to get to breaststroke. So let's talk about butterfly now. We do fly. I don't have a lot of drills for fly. I don't need a lot of drills for fly. I like to teach the basic things. The first is to use your neck, not your shoulders for the breath. So when we do fly, I love the left-right front drill. Some people do 2-2-2, 3-3-3. I like just 1-1-1. So it's left arm, breathe to the left, and when you breathe to the left, breathe like you should, which is back and to the left, not straight to the left, and lift your mouth up for the breath. You want to kind of keep your body down. I want to teach you low-profile butterfly. Low profile means low drag. So it's left arm, breathe left, right arm, breathe right, both arms, breathe to the front, but you're going to fully extend your neck all the way up, as far as you can, keeping your shoulders down. Okay? I don't want to come up this way, I want to come this way. So your neck is fully extended, lip barely above the water, and you're going to come and bring those hands over the top, both of them together, on the third stroke. So it's left one arm, right one arm, both front, extending the neck forward. Okay? Let's try it. Keep your shoulders down. Everybody look up as high as you can. Neck all the way back. That's the way you want to be feeling when you take that breath. Like that. Take it all the way forward. And then when the hands hit the water, I want you to exaggerate by bringing it all the way back to your chest, which you're not going to do when you're swimming, but I want you to get used to overextending and overflexing it. So you're almost looking backwards. So it's left arm left, right arm right, both arms front, back to your chest. When the hands hit the water, chin should be down, close to your chest. Okay? Let's try 25 that way. Go 5 seconds apart. 1, ready, go. Try to keep the arms straight in your recovery, whether it's one arm or both.
Tim. It's recording. Can you just point this at us?
That's why you don't want to lift up.
Just point it at us.
Yeah, you want to breathe on every stroke. Breathe left, breathe right, breathe front. Okay? And some people do this drill differently. This is the way I do it. left arm breathe left, right arm breathe right. Both arms front. Make sure that your arm is straight. You don't see great butterflies bend their elbows. Why? Because by increasing the radius, I increase the kinetic energy. I want the most energy I can. So the arms are straight, not bent. Make sure that when you do take that breath and your shoulders are down, that as you come around, you drop your chin all the way down as far as you can. Okay, let's try it again. I can watch you better from this side. I really can't tell when you're going that way. So let's do one group at a time. Group one, ready? Go. Kelly, you're coming up just a little bit too high. Okay, but when you come around here like that, you want to still keep the shoulders down. Now try to keep your shoulders down here and lane. Yes. What's your name? Molly, keep it slower. Down. Really have to feel like you're scooting across the water, like a snapping turtle. You're just sticking your neck out. You want to keep the shoulders down, low profile.
Gary, when you throw your chin to your chest, how do you keep your hands from not going down?
You just keep them here at the surface. You drop the chin down, but you allow the hands to stay up.
Don't allow the hands to
You don't want your hands down here. You want to keep them straight forward. Okay. All right, so let's now try a 25. I'm big on oxygen, by the way. One of the things I like to teach is to breathe a lot.
You just told us to do a 25 underwater.
There are some exceptions. Unfortunately, dolphin kicking you have to kind of do underwater to do, to learn how to do it correctly. But butterfly, I like teaching you to breathe. Yeah, that's with a capital I and a capital F. You don't do the creature from the deep lagoon breath, where you're really causing yourself to really slow down every time. So you want to get that breath low, breathe often. And often is, to me, a recycle. Now, you're not as fast when you breathe as when you don't breathe. The fastest way to swim flies without breath. You're swimming at 50. When I swim at 50 yards, one breath on the turn. That's it. I swim the whole 50 without a breath except the turn. Meters, I try to do it in 2 or 3 breaths. Fly. So you want to take as few breaths as you can when you're trying to swim really fast. Okay, but when you're swimming 100, different ball game. And so if you were riding a bike for a minute or running for a minute, and Joel pointed this out yesterday, although I think he's high on his numbers, Dave Costos, my physiology guru, he says he is the guy that figured out there's fast twitch and slow twitch fibers. He's a brilliant guy from Ball State. Joel knows it well. Dave says it's 50 to 60 breaths per minute. When you're going max effort on a bike, it's about a breath a second, okay? So why should it be any different when you're swimming for max effort for, any stroke? Physiology tells us that, there's a certain rate at which you can breathe that's efficient, that works well, because you can take air whenever you can get it when you're on land, and it's like a breath a second. So if we can get our respiratory rate close to 50, we're better off. If we're one down and your stroke rate in butterfly is like 45, which is probably where it's going to be in 100 flying, you're getting 22 breaths a minute. It's just not enough. And it's less than that because you're underwater for the dive and the turn. So you need more air. So I'm big about breathing if you can learn to take the low profile. The men's side today, almost across the board, everybody's breathing every cycle. Women are, it's a mix. One up, one down is the majority. Sarah Sjostrom doesn't do that. She goes one up, one down for 30 meters, and she breathes every cycle to the wall and all the way back from the 100. Breathes every cycle, and I think she does finish faster than any other woman in the world, and I think it's because of that breathing. In other words, you want to keep the pH from going too down. If you're relying too much on your anaerobic system, throws that free hydrogen ion on there, pH meter starts coming down, it hits a certain point, and there's a little man that lives inside you, pulls a red lever down on the wall, and says, all systems shut down. Trying to save your life, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't feel very good when it does that. So we're going to breathe. We're going to hold the first breath. Take the page out of Michael Phelps' book of Butterfly. We're going to keep our chin down on the first breath. And don't do this. Don't take that first breath and look forward in the water. You might as well take a breath if you're going to do that. Keep your chin down. Take your first breath. And then I want you to breathe every cycle to the wall. Every cycle. But when you take that breath, get your chin forward. Snapping turtle. A giraffe. Like this. Don't do this breath. Keep your shoulders down, take the breath, and then pull it all the way down to your chest, or as close down to your chest as you can. Okay, let's go 25 fly. Breathing every cycle, all the way to the wall, and including the last stroke. Just breathe to the wall. The other advantage is your front breathing. Are there any side breathers here? Anybody see breathe to the side? So sometimes if you're really bad, if you can't help lifting your shoulders, you're better off breathing to the side. So there are some flyers that we will convert to side breathers. But the advantage of front breathing is you get to see the wall and anticipate where it is. Side breathing, you're here and here. You don't get to see it, so you don't really know where the wall is until you're there. Second is you get better coupling when you throw your head down when you breathe in front than you do coming from the side. Okay? So 25 fly, hold the first breath, breathe every cycle to the wall. Ready? Go. If you practice butterfly breathing every cycle at home, you actually get really good at it. You get into a rhythm, and you're going to thank me for the oxygen later. Believe me, you're going to love the oxygen. It's a nice thing. Without it, we're dead in about 7 minutes. It's the most important nutrient out there, so we want to get lots of it. When you're doing flying, you got to have a pipeline of oxygen. You need all three systems. They're all working overtime. Aerobic, anaerobic, stored energy. You're using everything you got, and you're racing. So you want to keep that pipeline of oxygen going so you can maximize your aerobic system. You want to use that because that system works 200 times slower than your anaerobic system, but it doesn't produce any hydrogen ions, so it's not, or lactic acid, so it's not lowering your pH. So you're going to like it, but you have to train it. Train this way. You swim, low shoulders, breathe, okay? On the women, I don't know why it's different. The elite women of the world go one up, one down. But Sarah's changed that, and I think that it's better to go maybe one up, one down on the first 50 and breathe every cycle on the second 50. Women typically have better aerobic systems than men. And there's some different theories on why the breathing is different from women and men. I'm not sure I know. But I have some theories, but I think that's more, and I think men have bigger muscles, probably produce more lactate. So those are my two theories. Anyway, let's do one more. Hold the first breath, low profile breath. Fully extend it and then drop the chin down until it's almost touching your chest on the way down. Okay? Group one. Ready? Go. How many of you, raise your hands, how many of you feel different when you swim fly like that? And not just the breathing, I'm talking about the low profile butterfly. It's different than the way you normally swim. A lot of you, but maybe some of you already do. Now I'm going to throw some really different stuff at you that you haven't done, I'm sure. One is coupling, so I'm going to try to get through fly really fast. I'm going to teach you two different techniques in the next 5 minutes, all right? We're going going to use coupling now. Flutter kick is the way I teach coupling. Flutter kick butterfly. You're going to come up low profile, but instead of just kind of lazily throwing your arms forward, you're going to throw them forward, and you're going to break up the board with your head. We're now in karate class, right? Karate, you start breaking the board with your hand, and eventually when you get advanced to black belt, boom, you break it with your head. So we're coming up for the breath. We're going to hold it, hold it, hold it, and we're going to snap it down late because we want it to time exactly with our hands hitting. If we want to take that 12 pounds and use it to our advantage with that second kick, it's got to be right as that second kick occurs, and that's right as your hands are hitting the ball. So come up early for the breath, hold it, and then throw the hands forward hard and snap the head down forward, but not dolphin kick, but with flutter kick, okay? Flutter kick butterfly, emphasizing the coupling motions, coupling energy of your head and your arms coming forward. And I mean, throw the hands with a vengeance. The higher you can get your hands, I know a couple of you do really well at coming up over the top, the better. So if you have that flexibility, if you're an 8 or 9 or 10, try to come this way with your shoulders, not this way. The rest of you, which is the majority, you have to go this way because that's the only anatomy you've got, okay? Flutter kick is a good way to just do coupling. I don't know why exactly, except, you know, you just have a continuous kick going, and it works better to do. To work on coupling, flutter kick works better. I don't know why. In flutter kick or freestyle, we use dolphin kick to work on stroke rate. So we throw it in differently. This is the best way to think about coupling because you have a continuous energy. It's not like you get your propulsion sporadically. It's more continuous. Okay. All right. So you've got propulsion going all the time. And when you're coupling, you've got to couple with force, right? Propulsion. So this keeps the propulsion going all the time. All right. Flutter kick butterfly. Snap the head down hard. Break a board and throw the hands forward as hard as you can. Make a big splash with your hands. Don't throw them together. Throw them, stop at your shoulder. All right? Ready? Go. Breathe every stroke. Throw them down hard. Snap that head down. Don't come too high out of the water. Don't keep your shoulders down. Arms straight. Throw them hard to the water. Breathe every cycle. Flutter kick butterfly. Throw hard. Trying to hurt somebody out there. Throw those hands forward. Don't be gentle. Get rid of the gentle. Be aggressive, like the linebacker. Throw those hands all the way to the water. Don't stop them in front. Throw them all the way to the water. Do we take the fins out of the water? The chin comes up forward, and then it stays there with just barely, the lip barely above the water. You don't want to bring your head way out. You just want to get it barely enough so you get air, okay? All right, let's try the dolphin kick now. Same concept. Hold the first breath and really throw the hands forward hard and snap the head down to the water as hard as you can, okay? 25 with dolphin kick. Same coupling energy. Throwing the head down. Throwing the arms in as vertical as you can get them. Ready? Go.
It's actually Richard Garza. Who? Richard Garza. Sure, they'll share it. Yours is your name on your website?
Throw harder to water.
I think I have yours somewhere. I think I have yours from yours.
Try to keep the arms straight. You don't want to bend your elbow. You want to keep the radius as long as you can. So throw them straight, throw them hard. That's pretty good. Pretty good. You feel, if for no other reason to get all your aggressions out, isn't that great? It's like, beat up the water here. But you know what? You go faster doing it. It's harder. You go faster. All right, so that coupling is really important. Don't be gentle anymore. Snap the head down and throw the hands forward. Now I'm going to teach you late breath fly like Joseph's going. So we're going to go back to what I call the butterfly skate drill. And as I mentioned, this is probably the way you all started out in your careers as a butterflyer. So here's what we're going to do.
It's like a breaststroke pull-out. You're going to take your stroke, you're going to stop here with your chin on your chest, just like you did a breaststroke pull-out. But you're going to stop your hands here, and you're going to take your breath during the recovery. Underwater, here, breathe on the recovery. Don't forget you got to kick. Get your head above water. Kick two. Come through here, stop, breathe on the recovery. Just like a breaststroke pull-out, chin on chest, all the way here, stop, and breathe as the hands are coming forward. Okay? It's going to feel really weird.
All at the same time.
This is called the late breath butterfly skate drill. We skate, we're underwater, we do that here, we're from above the water, all right?
The value of this is to teach you late breath butterfly like Joseph's schooling is. So we're going to go from here to a different type of breathing, okay? This is a drill, which is a predecessor of learning how to do a late breath fly. This is an extreme late breath butterfly. This is as extreme as it gets. But when you're 7, you don't have the muscles to go all the way through, so you take a vacation right here, and then you breathe as you're recovering, push through. It's a lot easier way to swim. You just can't go fast doing it. So let's try it. Okay, butterfly skate drill, chin on chest, stop your hands at your side, breathe during the recovery. Who wants to demonstrate? Anybody? All right, let's see you do it. Let's see if she can do it. Watch her go through. It doesn't matter, go in either direction, it doesn't matter. Pulls through, breathes in the recovery. Pulls through, breathes in the recovery. That's a late breath 7-year-old butterfly right there, okay? Very good. Let's go back to it in time. We're going to pretend we're all 7, and we're going to try 25 butterfly. Old school. All right, here we go. Group 1. Ready? Go. Don't forget you take the breath on the recovery. You got to get air somewhere, right? Go through, stop your hand, and breathe on the recovery. Doesn't it look like a bunch of 7-year-olds? Stop your hands at the end. Hold them at your side. You got to stop them at your side. Take the breath on the recovery. Stop your hands at your side. Don't take the breath until you're doing your arm recovery, okay? Some of you are breathing as you're pulling through. You want to keep your chin down as you're breathing, as you're pulling through. All right, so normally I would take, maybe 4 or 5 efforts to kind of get it right for everybody, but I don't have that time. So we're going to go to the next step. The next step is you're going to pull through like you're doing the same drill. When your hands get to your belly button, you're going to start to lift, your chin is down, you're going to start to lift your head for the breath right here. And you're going to come up, and you're going to come right back down. You're not going to stop your hands here at your sides. So you basically do the normal butterfly, except you hold your chin down like you're not taking a breath. And you tuck your chin way down, and you wait, and then as soon as there's a little string right at your belly button, as soon as you pass that string, you come up for the breath and right back down. It's a late breath fly, and you don't get much time to get your head up and get it back down. But that's good, because you're keeping your head in a bad drag position for less time, all right? Let's try it. Group 1. When your hand gets to your belly button, come up for the breath, come right back down. Ready? Go. Slave breath.
Just 1,000.
in and show them how you do it. Keep your chin down and come up really late when you come for that breath. I think it was you. There were several of you that did it really well. Most of you are trying to figure this out and haven't got a clue. Well, watch her do it. Chin is down, chin is down, chin is down. There's the breath. There's the breath. That's the late breath, except for last one, she didn't get the breath. But that's the way it looks. It's like the head is down, she's not taking it. Whoop, changed her mind, and she came up with that breath. It's late, and it comes up, it's up and down. But you got to practice that. We don't have time to do that. You got to just trust me that that's an easier way to apply it is. And once you get used to doing it in a way, you kind of like it. I don't like being easier, you know. So I would say, you know, you can't do this like the first day, the first time, you just don't get it, but just keep practicing it. I've tested it both ways. You get a little less propulsion from that way, but less strength. So your speed, some is faster, some is slower, but I think the more you do it, the better you get it. The last one I'm going to do on fly, and then I'm going to go to breaststroke, because I'm never going to get breaststroke again, is the dolphin dive technique. And in this technique, what you do is you take your first kick when your hands hit the water, you hold out here. Instead of holding here, we're going to hold out here. And we take our second kick when our hands are still there. And then we go through one kick, two kicks. One kick, two kicks. Okay, so both kicks happen when the hands are out in front. You're going to love this. It just takes your stroke rate way down to like 30. Okay? The 200 technique, if you're ever brave enough, who wouldn't enter the 200 when there's only 3 people in here? You know? Your chances of winning go way up. So, if you can finish it and live to talk about it, that's a pretty good technique for it. So let's try it. Dolphin dive, hold the hands out front, 2 kicks, but you're going to take them both out front. Just get out there, take a nice vacation, a little breather, hold the hands straight out in front, fingers together, and get underwater. Remember, you want to be underwater when that happens, okay? You don't have to get to hyperstream line. You just have to have the hands here, because remember, a little closer together maybe, because you're going to be out there for a while. Could you go to hyperstream line? I guess you could. I don't know. I've never tried that. But just kind of hold it out there. Let's try it. 25 dolphin dive technique. First group. Ready? Go. Hold those hands out front, look way down, gives you a nice little breather in there. That's okay. You can take that. We all need vacations, right? Hold the hands out front. So with this technique, you can actually afford to elevate your shoulders a little more because you're really trying to couple maximally. So in this case, you actually can bring the shoulders up a little bit higher out of the water because you really want to dive down and hold that position and really use your kick. The better your kick gets, the better this technique works, okay? Well, let's try one more 25. That was good, by the way. I think everybody, how many like that? That's pretty nice, huh? Whoever thought butterfly could be easy? I wouldn't say easy, but easier. All right, let's try it one more time. 25 dolphin dive technique. Hold the hands in front. Ready? Go. That coupling energy here. This is where you really want to take advantage of the coupling. You gotta really stir when you go out there and run. Now they have to come out because, again, to get to 60 degrees and you're on the surface, you're going to bring them out of the water. Otherwise, you're not getting good propulsion. So the 2 things you want to emphasize on that to make it work better is the coupling energy. You notice how much when you couple and really throw that head getting a better kick. The better your kick is, the better that technique is. But it's a great way to swim, even a 100 fly where you might go second 50 like that, first 50 normal, change over. You can change techniques in a race, it's okay. But it makes that second 50 a lot easier. 200, do the whole thing like that. And if you get good at it, you can actually go really fast. And you can do the whole 200, and you don't kill yourself, right? All right, breaststroke. We got to move on because I'm going to miss a flight if I don't. So, breaststroke is, again, tough to learn, tough to teach. So we're going to start with one of my favorite drills at breaststroke, which is 2 kick, 1 pull. You all know this drill. But we're going to hyper streamline. The first thing I got to do is teach you how to streamline the front end of the boat. And then I want to teach you how to streamline the back end of the boat. And we're going to put the two together. So the first thing is to get you to streamline. We're going to do it to hyper streamline first. Okay? So you're going to go 2 kick, take your pull, and then as you come up, try to elevate as high as you can. Try to get the hands over the top. But if your lower back is saying then just push them forward underwater. You don't want to raise your hands up like that, come forward. You want to elevate your shoulders as high as you can. And I want you to jam them. Jam them back into hyper streamline. Don't go out here and say, oh, I'm supposed to be there. No, it's wide and boom, back into hyper streamline. Wrist over wrist. And where's your chin? When that happens, where's your chin? On your chest. Touching your chest. Breaststrokers touch their chest in breaststroke, except in the 50. They don't have time to get down there because they're going at 70 stroke. But in every other event, they're touching their chest. So you're going to go into hyper streamline, stay underwater. In order to stay underwater, you got to aim downhill a little bit. If you go straight, sometime after the first kick, you're going to be back to the surface. Are you faster underwater or on the surface? Under. We just took 20% or 25% of the drag off the table when we went under. So we're going to stay underwater. In order to do that, you got to kind of aim toward the bottom. Take your 2 kicks, come up for your breath, elevate as high as you can, chin off your chest, and then jam back into hyper streamline. All right, let's try it. Group 1, 2 kick, 1 pull. Ready? Go. Let's try to work, that was a good point she just brought. Let's try to work on the correct pull-out. When you go ahead and do your pull-out, when you do your pull-out, start in hyper streamline. Dolphin kick first. Arms are still in hyper streamline. When you dolphin kick, elevate or extend your back. So you arch back here and then throw your upper body down. Remember, you're going downhill. And then you're going to start climbing. Chin on chest. Take your pull second, and then come back to hyper streamline. Finish your breakout, your pull out with hyper streamline, not with racing streamline or Superman or Superwoman. And then from there, it's 2 kick, 1 pull to hyper streamline. Okay, group 1, ready, go. Finish in hyper streamline when you come out. Jam the hands right into hyper streamline. Don't wait around. You gotta shoot them through 4 fast. Whether you're underwater or above water, bring them around a little wide and bring them around fast.
Remember, tuck your chin. All the way to your chest. Get it all the way down. It's not touching
touching your chest, you're not down far enough. You gotta feel your chin on your chest. On your recovery, don't bring your whole arm out of the water. That's illegal. Just bring the hand. If you're doing this, you're Rebecca Sony, okay? Everybody else drops their elbows down and brings their elbows together underwater. And they get more propulsion by doing that. So don't do it Rebecca's way. She's really unique and different. So as you're coming around, make sure you tuck your elbows down here so your hands come above, but not the whole forearm like she does. She never lets her elbows drop. Bringing it back, she doesn't. But that's not the way you want to sprint. This is the more common way is to use that loophole. Most of you are not pulling wide enough. I mean, you literally have to feel like your fingertips are touching the lane markers on both sides. Really pull wide and get way up high. And then shoot your hands forward fast. Most of you are not doing that. You're kind of coming through lollygag, a little slow. You gotta drive them forward and you gotta get right into hyperceiling. We're going to do one more hyperceiling. And when I say hyperceiling, I mean wrist over wrist, chin on chest. You're not all getting your chin to your chest. Get your chin to your chest. If you're not there, you're not good enough. Okay? 2 kick, 1 pull to hyperceiling. Pull out, starting hyperceiling, ending hyperceiling. And do the dolphin kick first, underwater pull second, breaststroke kick last. 1, 2, 3, in progression. All right, group 1. Ready? Go. Dolphin kick, arch your back so you get a big, strong, undulating dolphin kick. If you don't arch your back up and lift your head up, you're not going to get a strong enough dolphin kick. Notice hyperceiling. Hold that position for 2 kicks. Stay underwater. Pull really wide, wider than you think you should. There you go. Stay underwater, kind of aim down the hill. Get underwater and stay there for the 2 kicks. Don't break the surface until you get back. Kind of shoot down towards the bottom. Okay, now we're going to go to racing streamline. And I want you all just to stand up and show me racing streamline, chin on chest, fingers, index fingers side by side, elbows squeezed together behind your head, but index and the thumbs under your hand. Index fingers side by side, so your hands are not overlapping. They're side by side. Chin on chest, elbows behind. Pull your shoulders now forward. Try to touch the ceiling. Reach up like you're trying to reach the ceiling. That's the way you need to be when you're swimming breaststroke. Just like that. If you don't get there, and it's got to be uncomfortable, you're not good enough. You're slowing yourself down. So we're going to go 2 kick down now, 2 kick, 1 pull to racing streamline. This is called racing streamline, okay? Fingers together, don't separate your fingers. Thumb underneath, index fingers side by side. All right, here we go, group 1. Ready? Go. Hard off the front. You got to feel like you're reaching down and trying to touch the wall at the other end with every stroke. Reach down and touch that wall. Chin has to be on your chest. Reach down and touch the wall at the other end. Feel like you're reaching out and touching that wall. Arms straight, chin on chest. That's racing streamline. You got to get there. It's got to be uncomfortable. You got to extend the shoulder out of the socket. Chin has to be down all the way to your chest.
Gary, is that like when you come forward, you're almost completely flat in the water in a streamlined position where
when that kick is happening, that's exactly where you want your hands to be.
Right, but you're completely flat. Everything is like you're laying in the water for a brief second.
You actually want to be here, not flat. You want to go beyond flat with a little bit of articulation in your hip.
Your legs are straight back and your arms are straight
That's right. Now we're going to work on streamlining the back end of the boat. We're going to do kicking. Normally I do this with the little yellow beneath the line before, going to snorkel, because I love having your head down so you don't talk to anybody. Focus on your kick. What I want you to think about here is, I don't know where you lie on the hip flexibility scale, but most of you probably don't have. Don't worry about too much about your knees. Just go for whatever propulsion you can get. But I want you to finish your kick by elevating your feet and pointing your toes backward. Okay? Instead of just kicking and relaxing the way you are, I want you to kick, and at the end of your kick, do an up kick. And point your toes straight back and keep them pointed. All right? And what you'll find is whatever propulsion you get, you'll keep moving a lot better than when you stop yourself at the end of that kick by dropping your feet down. So just go into a hyper streamline, chin down. When you need a breath, take a breath. We'll do 25 kicks. And I want to see you point your toes at the end. If you have a snorkel, grab it. 25. Finish your kick by elevating your feet, pointing your toes, getting them straight back. Okay, group one. Ready? Go. Take a breath whenever you need. Really think like a ballerina here. You gotta think like a ballerina and really point the toes. That means the feet never stop working. You gotta point them and keep them pointed. Point them at the end. You gotta point them out at the beginning, backward at the end. So you're changing the point. You're dorsiflexing at the beginning and plantar flexing at the end. It's kind of a crazy change, but you have to do that. You got to really work at this. You got to keep those toes pointed. Think like a ballerina. At the end of that kick, point them and hold them pointed. Some of you are pointing and then relaxing, and I can see them drop. You got to keep them pointed. That means you're working the whole time. All right, let's try another 25 kick. Point the toes, lift, midpoint. Remember, you can come up with the up kick. That's legal. You just can't go back down with the down kick. That's illegal. So the up kick is fine. The down kick after that, no. All right, so just hold them there. Once you get them pointed, keep them there. Ready? Go. Point those toes. The up kick should be with straight leg. There's a little bend in the knee that it happens at the end of the pull, right as you're starting to draw those legs up and you're pulling through, the knees start to bend slightly, and then you draw them up quickly. So you keep the legs straight on that up kick. Remember, if the leg's straight and you're drawing it up, you're going to give a little bit of propulsion from that up motion. And then when you hold the foot pointed, you don't stop yourself. Okay. All right, so I wish I had 2 more days with you, but I don't. So we're going to move into coupling motions in breaststroke. And again, for this, we go back to flutter kick, like we did in butterfly. We're going to come up as high as we can, flutter kicking. If you have your fins, put them on. This is great when you do fins. On this one, you're trying to elevate until your lower back is ready to snap. And then you're going as high as you can. If you guys hit your head on the flanks, you won't hurt my feelings. So you want to come as high out of the water, and in so doing, pull really wide, and then you want to loop around, and you want to snap it back down, and you want to throw your head down hard and press your body down as fast as you can to the water, crashing it into the water as your hands come through. Okay, so you're going to go to, let's start in hyper streamline. It's flutter kick, elevate as high as you can, lift the chin off your chest, boom, throw the head down, and snap the hands through, shoot them through into hyper streamline. You press the body and you snap the head. So you're going to try to really make a lot of energy happen out of your head and your upper body. Again, this is to time with the kick, but in order for that to happen, kick has to be fast, all right? But we're going to practice coupling, high, throw it down hard, break the board with your head. Group one, ready? Go. Flutter kick, breaststroke. Flutter kick, breaststroke. Elevate, go wide, snap the head down. Snap that head down. Come on, break the board. You're not snapping it. Snap it hard. Splash with your head. Come on. You're not going to hurt anybody. In martial arts, they usually had to kill people. You guys aren't killing anybody. You're not going to even have a headache. Snap that head down. Hard. Throw it down. Use it as 12 pounds. You might as well good for something. You might as well throw it down hard. Elevate, snap it down. All the way to the water. Snap it. Hard. All the way till your chin gets to your chest. Don't just stop when it gets to the water. Go right on through, all the way to your chest. Alright, that was okay. It wasn't great. I want to see you guys throw the head down harder. Some of you did really well, but a lot of you just kind of lay the head down like you're trying not to break any eggs on the surface. I want to see you throw it down like you're breaking a board, like there's a brick and there's a board in between it. You got to break that board. You got to throw your head through the board. You can't stop at the board. That's the water. You got to throw it through the water all the way down to your chest. So the board is at the water, but you got to go right through that. You can't just stop it. All right, let's try it again. Flutter kick, breaststroke, elevating, throwing the head down hard, breaking a board, and pressing your body hard into hyperstream. Ready? Go. You guys feel the energy from that. You feel how much surge when you throw that body down. You got that kick going. Well, that's from the surge, so that's good. Who's last in this lane? Who said? Right there. What's your name? Ashley? Got to the middle, except the only thing I want you to do is elevate your chin a little more than you did. But Ashley's going to demonstrate how to come way up out of the water and how to throw the head down and the body down. Really grab that coupling. She doesn't have fins on, by the way. It gets much better when you have fins. You have more propulsion. But watch how high she comes. It looks like she's jumping off the bottom of the pool, right? Throw the head down. Snap it down. It's the only thing she's not doing is she's not throwing her head down to her chest. You got to throw the head, boom, yes. The body is coming down, but the head didn't snap down, okay? Give her a hand. That was pretty good. All right, so the last thing I have to leave here in 5 minutes, so I'm going to teach you a couple of ways we teach you how to get fast legs, because you feel the coupling, right? You felt the energy from that when you're flutter kicking, because you got kicks going on all the time. It's easy to couple with that. Dolphin kick, same thing. And if you want to appreciate the timing of this, do dolphin kick drill that same way. You'll find when that body comes in and you can couple that at the same time as that second down kick, boom, you really go hard and fast. Now, how do we do that with breaststroke kick? We've got to get the breaststroke kick in the same amount of time it took us to do the dolphin kick, which is like that. That's not much time. So one of the favorite drills that Rebecca taught me to do is called the piston kick. This is a great way to learn how to get leg speed. So what you do here is you do breaststroke kick one leg at a time, arms in hyperstream line, use a strong glove if you have it. You can hold your hands above, head above the water if you want to. Arms in hyperstream line in front. Breaststroke kick one kick at a time, okay? One kick at a time. One leg at a time, you mean? One leg at a time, right? Left, right. So it's like this.
So basically, egg beater, horizontal egg beater. Okay. Head above the water. Head above?
It's tricky. It takes a little coordination if you've never done this before, but it really teaches you to be fast with your legs. So we're going to do 25 of a piston kick and then a 25 regular kick, and then I'm going to let Helen take over because I got to get out of here. So let's see who can do this really well. We might do 2 25 piston kicks because this is like patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. It's not that easy to do. If you can't do that, you may have trouble with this. All right, group 1, ready? Go. Piston kick, head above water, fast legs now, fast legs. 1 leg at a time. 1 leg at a time, but fast, not slow. You gotta go much faster. You gotta go fast with those legs. There you go. We've got some good ones. We've got some good people doing this. We've got some really bad people doing this. So we run the gamut here. It's not that easy to do, believe me, but 1 leg at a time. Fast, fast, fast. Yeah, somebody over here in this 3rd lane was really good. Girl, I think. So what, we had a couple people that did really well at that. We'll demonstrate. This is the one you have to practice. So you want to get leg speed, this is the way to get leg speed. All right, let's try one more, just in kick. Over Melinda. Is it Melinda? Lane 3? Yeah, you go first and show us how to do it. Somebody over there did an amazing job.
Richard over here, the first guy.
Yeah, you go first too. Go.
Richard.
Richard, go first. Watch Richard over in the end lane, and Melinda, is it Melinda over in lane 3? Who's in lane 3? Oh, the blue cap is short. Okay, try it. Here we go. There we go. See how fast they are with their legs? It's 1 leg at a time, but they're going real fast. Okay, that's what you want to do. Point those toes out to the side. Make sure you're pointing your toes out to the side. I think she is. It's breaststroke, 1 kick at a time. All right, group 1, piston kick. Draw your knees up underneath. That's the other thing. You gotta bring your knees underneath you. You can't get power in breaststroke without bringing those knees up. All right, fast as you can, back, piston kicking.
Did you get a cramp?
I'm just tired. You're tiring yourself out? You got called out?
Go fast.
Fail.
The closer you can keep your knees, the better. Make sure your toes are pointed out. Tricky, not easy. But it's a great way to learn how to kick fast. So what we would do is we do piston kick down, breaststroke kick back, and try to get the kick rate fast. The other one that's good is do 1 dolphin kick, 1 breaststroke kick, 1 dolphin kick, 1 breaststroke kick, alternating with fast legs. And so here are my pearls in breaststroke, lots of them. Wide pull, loop pull, elevate as high as you can. Snap the head down. Lift the chin off your chest. Look forward. Snap it all the way down your chest. Get to racing streamline. Make sure you're pulling your shoulders out of the socket. Your chin is on your chest. Get your toes, get your feet up and back as fast as you can, and point the toes at the end. Okay? And then get your stroke rate up. It's just like any other stroke. Inertia, even though this is a stop and go stroke, inertia still counts, right? So you want to get more strokes in. And especially if you're racing the 50 and the 100, it's all about speed. It's about stroke rate and speed. Anyway, I gotta go. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I hope I see you in Isla Morada, Coronado.